Now, WION's principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, joins us live for more on this. Good evening to you, Siddhant. India is under lockdown now for 21 days. We know that the cases have still been increasing, 724 cases with 17 deaths. Take us through the latest numbers in India.
Well, Alison, today is the third day of pan-India lockdown. On the streets, on the ground, the shops are closed. Nobody is outside. Of course, people are allowed for essential services. And in the area where I am standing, it's a residential area, Mayur Vihar in Delhi, where people are coming out to buy essential services, groceries, milk. These are the things. But today we saw the Indian Army chief coming out and talking about it. He said that the Indian Army has launched Operation Namaste to combat this crisis. He said that all the field hospitals have been put on alert and they can make an ICU facility within 6 hours of given orders. Also, India's rapid response team, the Army's rapid response team, are ready and they are willing to go anywhere. In fact, the Indian Army said that when it comes to Nepal, because Nepal had informally asked for a rapid response team, they are willing to go ahead if a final go ahead is given. But the big worry is right now about the migrant workers, because on the ground, we can see a long line of migrant workers. Since lockdown has happened, they have to go home and no public transport is available. They are walking to far-off places, especially in the state of Uttar Pradesh till Agra and other places. And that is the big worry. The Indian government was asked this question in the 4 o'clock briefing, in which they responded saying that they are looking into measures. The government here in Delhi said that they're willing to provide and will be providing food to these people. But by and large, that is the big worry coming out of the lockdown. But there are unintended things as well. The environment here in Delhi has improved massively. The clean air is something that is being talked about by the people on the ground. In fact, the US Embassy issues its environment developments every day at 4 o'clock, the cleanliness, and it is for the first time in many years that the air quality level has markedly shown improvement. It is in green, which that is, of course, the positive impact. But by and large, Indian government's focus is that as part of lockdown, people stay at home and stay safe.
Yes, another thing that came out of that meeting today at 4 p.m. was 10,000 ventilators have been ordered, and the Health Ministry confirmed that they would be ordering another 30,000 over the next 2 months. They've also confirmed the readiness to deal with up to 1,000 cases per day.
Well, these are the things which have been talked about for a long time. When it comes to ventilators, this is something that was a question which was asked every day in the briefing, because we know that India might be facing shortages there. The government data shows that there can be problems. So that is why the Indian government has now ordered, when it comes to a PSU here for ventilators. Outside also, Indian government is exploring possibilities. We have got confirmation from various foreign governments regarding there are Indian private companies who are reaching out to these countries, especially South Korea, which has democratically dealt it in a very positive manner, which has been talked about globally as well. But by and large, the focus right now is not only domestic efforts but also international efforts, because remember, yesterday the G20 leaders met through video conference and talked about how they will be injecting $5 trillion into the global economy to make sure that there is no slump. We know that recession is now certain when it comes to global economy. In fact, the governor of the RBI, the central bank, Indian central bank, today had a press conference in which governor said that there are large parts of the country here in India which can face recession. So recession is something that is being talked about, and G20 is now looking for a coordinated response. And also something which was talked about India at that G20 meeting was that the WHO needs to be reformed, because now everyone believes that WHO failed as its responsibility when it comes to dealing with this crisis. Had the WHO alerted the world about this crisis earlier, this could have been prevented. Lot of deaths could have been prevented, but it was WHO which failed its responsibility, and that is why India talked about it at the G20 meeting. But by and large, sources have told WION that there was no blame game, because a question was asked that was China discussed, because the crisis originated from China, and there is a growing chorus from Washington to Europe that China needs to be held accountable regarding it.
Right. Siddhant, thank you very much for that report. That's WION's principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, bringing us the latest on COVID-19 in India.